Very quickly, she said. Hope that didn't sound in vain. Looked at her with a slight frown. Annabelle, he told her. She is far in the woods, but the path is safe, and she can finish the teaching that your mother has started. The ruined song is not until autumn start, he pointed out. They're still several months away. You won't need the robe until then. You'll have plenty of time. Kira nodded uncertainly. Now it seemed he was her adviser. Kira was grateful for his help. Still, she sensed an edge, an urgency in his voice that had not been there before. When she left her room after pointing out a cord on the wall that she could pull if she needed anything, Kira looked again at the robe displayed on the table. So many colors, so many shades of each color. Despite his reassurance, Autumn Start was not that far away. Today, Kira decided she would examine the robe and plan. Tomorrow, first thing, she would find Annabelle, and plead for help. Matt wanted to come. You'd be needing me and Branch for protectors, he said. The woods is full of fierce creatures. Kira laughed. Protectors? You? Me and Branchy is us as though, he said. He flexed what passed for his muscles in his scrawny arms. I only look we. Jameson said it was as safe as long as we stay on the path, Kira reminded the boy. Secretly, she thought it would be fun to have them both, boy and dog, for company. But suppose you get lost, Matt said. Me and Branch can find our way out of anywheres. You'll be needing us for certain if you get lost. But I'll be gone all day. You'll get hungry. Triumphantly, Matt pulled a thick wad of bread from his voluptuous pockets of his baggage shorts. Flitch the crusty, flitch this from the crusty, flitch this crusty from the baker, he announced with pride. So the boy won. To Kira's delight, and she had company from the journey into the forest. It was about an hour's walk. Jameson was correct. There seemed to be no danger, although thick trees shaded the path, and they could hear rustling in the undergrowth and unfamiliar cries of strange forest birds. Deadening. Now and then, a branch chased a small rodent or nosed about an opening in the earth, finding whatever small animal made its home there. Probably there be snakies all in here, Matt told her with a mischievous smile. I'm not afraid of snakes. Most girls be. Not me. There was always small snakes in my mother's garden. She said they are friends in the plants. They ate the bugs. Like Banshee. Look, he catched one now. Matt pointed. His dog had pounced upon an unlucky creature with long legs. This be called a daddy long legs. Daddy long legs, Kiri laughed. She'd not heard that name before. Did you have a father? He asked the boy curiously. Nah, did once. But now me mom is all we got. What happened to your father? He shrugged. I don't know. Then he added, things is different. Men he got no pa. And them that's got them, they be scared of them, 'cause they hit him so hard. Mom hit me too, he added with a sigh. I had a father. He was a fine hunter, Kira told him proudly. Even Jameson said so. My father was taken by the beast, she explained. I heard that. She could be seen. She could see that Matt was trying to look sad for her benefit. But it was difficult for a boy whose temperament was so merry. Already he was pointing out a butterfly, gleeful at the bright spot of orange of his wings and his dim forest lights. See this? You brought it with my mother's things. He lifted the rock pendant from her neck of the shirt of his shift. Matt nodded. It be all purpley and shiny like. Kira dropped it back gently inside her clothing. Father made it as a gift for my mother. Matt wrinkled his face, thinking that over. Gift? He asked. Kira was startled that he didn't understand. When you care about someone, you give them something special, something that they treasure. That's a gift. Matt laughed. In the Fen, they don't have that. In the Fen, if they give you something special, it'd be a kick in your booty. But that's a pretty nice thing you got, he added politely. You'd be lucky I saved it. It was a long journey for Kira, dragging her twisted leg. Her stick caught a root knotted under the earth of the path, and she stumbled from time to time. But she was accustomed to the awkwardness and the ache. They had always been with her. Matt had run ahead with Branch, and they returned to her excited, announcing the destination, which was a cave, which was at the next curve. A wee cot it is, and there's the crone outside in the garden, and her crinkly hands full of rainbow. Kira hurried along, rounded the curve, and understood what he meant. In front of the tiny hut, a bent and white-haired old woman was working near a lush flower garden, and she leaned towards a basket on the ground, lifting handfuls of bright-colored yarns, various yellows and various shades, from the pale lemon to the deep tawny gold, and hung them across a rope that was strung from one tree to another. Deeper shades of rust and red were already hanging there. The woman's hands were gnarled and stained. She lifted one in greeting. She had few teeth, and her skin was full of wrinkles, but her eyes were unclouded. She walked near to them, gripping a cane made of wood, seeming unsurprised by the sudden visitors. She peered intently at Kira's face. You liking your mum? She said. "Who I am?" Kira asked, puzzled. The woman nodded. "My mother has died." I know it." "How? How did you know?" But Kira didn't ask. "I'm called Kira. This is my friend. His name is Matt." Matt stepped forward, suddenly and a little shy. "I brung my own crusty. Me and my doggy will be no trouble to you." "Sit," the woman named Annabelle said to Kira, ignoring Matt and Branch, who was busily sniffing the garden. Looking for the right place to lift his stubbed leg. "Doubtless you will be weary and pained," she gestured toward the flattened stump, and Kira sank down gratefully, rubbing her aching leg. She unlaced her sandals and emptied them of pebbles. "You must learn the dyes," the old woman said. "You come for that, eh? Your mum did, and she was to teach you." "There wasn't time, and now they want me to know it all, and do the work. The repairing of the singer's robe. You know about that." Annabel nodded. She returned the drying rope, and finished hanging the yellow strands. "I can give you some threads to start the repair, but you must learn the dyes. There are other things they'll want of you." Kira thought again of the untouched expanse across the back of the shoulders of the robe. It was what they would want her to fill that space in the future. "You must come here each day. You must learn all the plants. Look." The woman gestured at the garden plot, thick with thriving plants, many in summer's bloom. "Bedstraw," she said, pointing to the tall plant massed with golden blooms. "The roots give good red. Matters bed for reds, though. Matters better for reds, though. There's my matter over there." She pointed again, and Kira saw a strangling weedy plant in the raised bed. "'Tis the wrong time to take the madder roots now. Falling starts better when it lies dormant. Bedstraw, madder. I must remember these. I must know these." "Dryer's greenweed," the woman announced, poking with her cane at a shrub with small flowers. "Use the shoots for a fine yellow. Don't move it, though, lessen you must. Greenweed don't want to be transplant." "Greenweed for yellow." Kira nodded. The woman as she rounded a corner of the garden. Annabel stopped and poked at the clumped plant with stiffened stems and small oval leaves. "He's a tough fellow," she said, almost affectionate. "St. Jonesworth, he be called. No blooms yet. It's too early for him, but when he blooms, you get a lovely brown from his blossom. Stain your hands, though." He caught up her own up, and cackled with laughter. "Then you be needing greens. Chamomile, you can get that. Water is good, but take just the leaves for your color. Save the blossoms for tea." Kira's head was already spinning with effort to remember the names of the plants and the colors that they would create, and only a small corner of the lavish garden has been described. Not the sound of the word water and also tea, she realized that she was thirsty. "Please, do you have a well might I drink from?" "And Benji too. He's been looking for a stream but found not." Matt's voice piped beside Kira. She had almost forgotten he was there. Annabel led them to a well behind her cot, and they drank gratefully. Matt poured water into a crevice of a curved rock for his dog, who lapped eagerly and waited for more. Finally, they sat together in the shade, Kira and the old woman Annabel. Matt gnawed his bread and wandered off with Branch at his heels. "You must come each day," Annabel repeated. "You must learn all the plants and all the colors, as your mum did when she was a girl." "I will, I promise." She said you had the knowledge in your fingers more than she did. Kira looked at her hands folded in her lap. "Something happens when I work with threads. They seem to know what they're doing on their own. Fingers simply follow." Annabelle nodded. That be the knowledge. I got it for the colors, but never for the threads. Hands were always too coarse. She held them up, stained and misshapen. But to use the knowledge of the threading, you must learn the making of the shades. When to sat in the iron pot, how to bloom the colors, how to bleed, to sadden, to bloom, to bleed. What a strange set of words. And mordants, too, you must learn those. Sometimes sumus, tall tree galls are good, some lichens. Best is here, come let me show you. See, make a guess to its birthplace, the mordants. With surprising agility for a woman of four-syllable age, Annabel rose and led to a covered container near the place where the large kettle of dark water, too huge for cooking food, hung above the smoldering remains of an outdoor wood fire. Kira leaned forward to see what when Annabel lifted the lid. She jerked her head back in an unpleasant surprise. The smell of the liquid was terrible. Annabel laughed and laughed a delighted cackle.